you today. I have a problem. It's well known. The first two things though are not books. I have this thing where, apparently, where I buy a few things that I'd like to show you along with the books. So then I decide I'll just put it in the book haul, so then it doesn't really become just a book haul, but whatever. We'll just say that's okay. The first thing is a scarf. Looks like this. Let's open it. It's got a flag. Let's actually put the flag like the right way. It has a flag. How can you see it? And it has this blue part at the end, and I really, really like this. Let's put this on. Even though it's really hot. But I'll take it off, so. There you go. I absolutely love this. It's really soft. And it is by, let's see if I can figure out who it's by. Let's just see. I don't know. I got it from Sears. I don't know. Yeah, Sears has clothes. If you didn't know. The next thing I got looks like this. It is a skirt. It's a pleated, just a regular old, I mean, it's nothing special. It's got this really cool wood beaded thing, belt. That's the one. Oh dear. And it just ties. It does have little belt loops, so it stays on even if you have it a little more loose. And I got it in a sort of brown color. I was going to get it in green, like a dark forest green, but I thought this might be a little bit easier to actually like find things to put with it. But yeah, it's got the tie here, and it's got these really long things, strings. I can't even think this morning. It's not even the morning. I don't know why I'm having trouble. But yeah, I really like that. Now we can get onto the books. This isn't going to be a very long one because I only have 6 books. But you know, first one is this one. It is called Kidnapped. It is by Robert Louis Stevenson. This glorious passport to romance and high adventure has delighted generations of readers. It is the story of young David Balfour, an orphan whose miserly old uncle cheats him out of his inheritance and schemes to have him kidnapped, shanghaied, and sold into slavery. But justice triumphs after a spirited odyssey which includes a shipwreck, a hazardous journey across Scotland with a daredevil companion, intrigues, narrow escapes, and desperate fighting. Rich in action and characterization, this exhilarating novel was considered by Stevenson to be his finest work of fiction. The next one is this one. It is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It is the Dover Thrift Edition. I don't know if that means anything to any of you. I'm not going to read this because we all know about Frankenstein, don't we? He was the monster created by Dr. Frankenstein, who then went a little crazy and destroyed the whole town. I'm thinking I need to look into the rest of the Dover Thrift editions because this is really cool looking. It's just really simple and I really like it. And they have all kinds of cool ones. They have Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Wuthering Heights, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, what else? The Scarlet Letter, The Iliad and Odyssey, which would be really cool, The Call of the Wild, Moby Dick. I really want to get Moby Dick. Do I have it? I don't think I have it. I really want to get it, read it, because, you know. So let's put him over here with Robert. The next one looks like this. It is called Sword of King James and is by J. Arian Lee. Ooh, is that a D or an O? I can't tell if it's a D or no. It's in some fancy script. He's the author of Outlaw Sword, but that doesn't say anything to anyone, does it? Ardian. Okay, it's a D. Okay. Anyway, Dylan Matheson, an ordinary man torn out of time by fairy magic, chose to throw in his lot with the world of the past. In the Highlands of 18th century Scotland, he found the love of his life and lost her to death. Left with their 2 children, he wants only to live quietly and raise them in peace. But his days are torn by the strife created by the English troops, who never cease to harass the people, and his nights are tormented by a voice, which whispers to him, tempting him, seeking to turn him to darkness, seeking to control him, body and soul. The voice is that of an enemy far more dangerous than red-coated soldiers. She is Morrigan, I think, the Celtic goddess of war, and she wants to claim Dylan as her own. Now Dylan must fight a war on two fronts, and while his prowess with the sword will prove invaluable to the Jacobite cause, in the struggle with Morrigan he is unarmed, for she has captured Sinan, I think that's how you say it, his fairy ally, and without her at his side he is defenseless against the world of magic. I like this cover too. I'm all about covers. Like, I just really like them. The next one looks all like this. It's called Agent X. It is by Noah Boyd. FBI agent turned bricklayer Steve Vale once helped the FBI solve a brilliant extortion plot. This is going well. It was supposed to be a one-and-done deal, but when he's in Washington, D.C. to seek Kate Bannon, an FBI assistant director, on what he thinks will be a romantic New Year's Eve date, suddenly things get complicated. The FBI has another unsolvable problem, and it has Vale's name written all over it. A man known as Calculus, an officer at the Russian embassy, has approached the FBI claiming that he has a list of Americans who are selling confidential information to the Russian SVR. That can't be good. In exchange for the list, he's asking for $250,000 for each traitor the FBI apprehends. But then Calculus informs the FBI that he has been swiftly recalled to Moscow, and the Bureau suspects the worst. The Russians have discovered what Calculus is up to, probably have access to his list, and will be hunting the traitors to kill them unless the FBI can find them first. The FBI realizes that it has to keep the operation quiet. Once again, Vale is the perfect man, along with Kate Bannon, who would be anyone's first pick for help on an impossibly dangerous case. But finding the traitors isn't going to be easy. In fact, it's going to be downright deadly. Oh man. And if the bricklayer survives, he will have to come up with a few tricks of his own. Agent X is a heart-pounding thrill ride with an authenticity only a writer who's an FBI veteran can provide, and Steve Vale, a man Patricia Cornwell calls a new American hero, is one of the smartest, toughest, and most compelling new characters to come along in many years. Except this was probably a long time ago, so whatever. Next one looks like this. I really like this cover. Like, just look at it. Can we just look at it for a few minutes? I just really like it. Really like it. It's called Spy Catcher. It's by Matthew Dunn, who was once a spy. There's a little thing right here between the title and the author's name. It says, "Only a real spy can find another spy," and I just really like that because, I mean, it's kind of true. Are we still recording? Yeah, we are. Okay. I'm going to read about the author really quick because it will help make this better. As an MI6 field officer, Matthew Dunn recruited and ran agents, coordinated and participated in special operations, and acted in deep cover roles throughout the world. He operated in highly hostile environments where, if compromised and captured, he would have been executed. Dunn was trained in all aspects of intelligence, collection, deep cover deployments, small arms, explosives, military unarmed combat, surveillance, and infiltration. So, that's cool. During his time in MI6, Dunn conducted approximately 70 missions. All of them were successful. So that's cool. Because that has to do with this, that helps make the story a little better. Matthew Dunn spent years as an MI6 field operative working on some of the West's most clandestine missions. He recruited and ran agents, planned and participated in special operations, and operated deep undercover. In Spy Catcher, he draws on this fascinating experience to breathe urgent, dynamic new life into the contemporary spy novel. Featuring deft and daring super spy Will Cochran, Dunn paints a nerve-jangling, bracingly authentic picture of today's secret world. So that's really cool. Now we're on to actually like what the book is about. Will Cochran, the CIA's and MI6's most prized asset and deadliest weapon, has known little outside this world since childhood, and he's never been outplayed so far. Will's controllers task him with finding and neutralizing one of today's most wanted terrorist masterminds, a man believed to be an Iranian Revolutionary Guard general. Intending to use someone from the man's past to flush him out of the shadows, Will believes he has the perfect plan. But he soon discovers, in a frantic chase from the capitals of Europe to New York City, that his adversary has more surprises in store and is much more treacherous than anyone has ever faced and survived up to now. So, I just think that's really cool that the author was once what he's writing about, and I think that's just really cool. So I'm really excited to read this one. And I'll be letting you know at some point when that happens, because I'm not sure when that's going to happen. Let's put that over there. I have to find somewhere to put all these books. Oh my god. The next one is this one. It is by Brad Thor. It is called Full Black. I have 3 Brad Thor books now. That makes no difference to anybody, but, you know, whatever. Born in the shadows and kept from heads of state, there are some missions so deadly, so sensitive, that they simply don't exist. When one such mission goes horribly wrong, a wave of dramatic terrorist attacks is set in motion. Their goal, the complete and total collapse of the United States. That sucks. That's gonna suck. With the CIA's intelligence abilities hobbled, former Navy SEAL Team 6 member turned covert counterterrorism operative Scott Harvath. Is he another one? Is he in one of the other ones? He might be. I can't remember. He launches an audacious plan to infiltrate the terrorist network and prevent one of the biggest threats the United States has ever faced. Simultaneously, oh god, a former wet work team has been sent to California. Their target, one of Hollywood's most famous filmmakers. Good. While working on a secret documentary project, movie producer Larry Solomon has unknowingly exposed one of the world's wealthiest and most politically connected power brokers, a man with a radical anti-American agenda poised to plunge the nation into deadly, irreversible chaos. Great. As the plots rocket to their pulse-pounding conclusion and the identities of the perpetrators are laid stunningly bare, Harvath will be left with only one means to save America. Unable to trust anyone, he will be forced to go full black. Intense and frighteningly realistic, Full Black is hands down Brad Thor's most riveting thriller to date. I really like this cover too. I gotta tell you guys, I'm so obsessed with covers. I just really like them. It's part of what actually like convinces me to buy it. I mean, the story itself is 90% of it, but yeah, and it's like 12, well, okay, so 90% is the actual story, 8% is the cover, and 2% is the author, if I like the author, but that usually, it's only 2% because most of the time I don't know the author anyway, so that's it. That's all for this book haul. It wasn't as long as the last one because I didn't get as many, well, I didn't get as many last time, but I had other ones that I wanted to show you. So, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you enjoyed this one. And I hope a few of these sounded good. I hope you've read Frankenstein, probably. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye!